What are the best strategies to thrive through an impending recession? Are you someone who's looking for ways to increase your wealth in 2024? Then let's hear straight from the horse's mouth for the time-tested strategies to make money during uncertain times. For well over a year, there have been rumblings of an impending recession, and they don't seem to be dying down anytime soon. Although the economy's strong and unemployment's low, a recent Forbes article nevertheless predicted a mild recession in late 2023 or 2024. If so, prepare to make stock market investments, but only if you want to emulate Warren Buffett, the multi-billionaire CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. The Form 13F that Warren Buffett must submit lists his stock purchases and sales. Buffett purchased Dr. Horton, NVR and Lena equities in the second quarter of 2023. Because Berkshire Hathaway invested more than $700 million in Dr. Horton's stock this spring and also purchased lesser stakes in Lena Corp and NVR Corp, two other home builders, it appears that Warren Buffett's company is banking on the recovery of the housing industry. The Securities and Exchange Commission received a quarterly report from Berkshire detailing the conglomerate's assets as of the end of June. Because of Buffett's extremely successful track record over the years, investors usually keep a close eye on Berkshire's decisions, but these papers don't make it apparent which decisions Buffett made and which ones were handled by one of the company's two other investment managers. Buffett regularly manages all of the $350 billion portfolio's largest investments, each of which is valued at least $1 billion. The combined value of the three holdings in home builders is over $800 million. Nearly 6 million DR Horton, 152,572 Lena, and 11,112 NVR shares are all held by Berkshire. The Zacks building products, a lack of available inventory and strong housing demand has propelled the home builders market. One of the typical early-stage cyclical businesses that emerges from a predicted recession is home building. This claim is supported by the estimated shortage of 1.5 million housing units nationally. One of the leading home builders in the country, Lena, is also hopefully about the second half of fiscal 2023. The company anticipates strong third quarter and fiscal 2023 deliveries and orders despite its second quarter fiscal 2023 performance being down for main measures due to challenging year-over-year comparisons. Compared to the industry's 7.3% decline, Lena's share prices have dropped 9% in the past month. Lena anticipates deliveries for the third quarter of fiscal 2023 to range between 17,750 to 18,250 homes, up from 17,248 units reported a year ago. Between 18,000 and 19,000 units are projected to be ordered, which is much more than the 14,366 units reported a year ago. The average selling price is anticipated to be similar to that of the fiscal second quarter. Operating earnings for financial services are anticipated to increase from $63 million in the same time last year to between $100 and $105 million. Lena anticipates delivering 68,000 to 70,000 homes during the fiscal 2023 period, up from the 62,000 to 66,000 homes anticipated earlier. In comparison to the figure of 66,399 dwellings from the previous year, the current prediction is impressive. Lena has made several price adjustments and cost-cutting initiatives that are assisting the company in reducing macroeconomic problems. Additionally, dynamic pricing models, land-light strategies, and digital marketing platforms are positives. Strong liquidity puts Lena in a good position going forward. Lena has chosen to pursue a price-to-market approach, which calls for the company to consistently look for a price that will enable it to sell each of its houses in a neighbourhood at a level that's consistent with the market. The business has begun to include digital platforms in its marketing plan. It selectively invests in businesses working on digital projects that improve the home buying process, save SG&A costs, and foster innovation. What about DHI? DHI has increased its forecast for consolidated revenues for the fiscal year 2023 from $31.5 to $33 billion to a range of $34.7 to $35.1 billion. DHI reported $33.5 billion in revenue for the corresponding period, as opposed to the original expectation of 77 to 80,000 units. Homes are likely to be closed within 82,800 to 83,300 units. In contrast to the previous estimate of 4,000 to 5,000 units, the company now expects residences closed for the rental business to be between 6,500 and 7,000 units. On a combined basis, cash flow from home building operations is anticipated to be greater than $3 billion in fiscal 2023. In the second quarter of 2023 compared to the prior quarter, MVR's new orders increased by 26.6% and cancellation rates decreased to 11% from 14%. Despite difficulties with rate hikes, the market's lack of available existing homes has been fueling demand for new homes. A high ROE and a strong liquidity position further increase the tailwinds. What are the other portfolio investments made by Buffett? Other portfolio adjustments made by Buffett's company during the second quarter included decreasing the amount of its investments in General Motors and Globe Life, while increasing its Capital One investment. From having 40 million shares in GM, Berkshire now only has 22 million. Additionally, it cut its Globe Life stakes from approximately 6.4 million shares in the prior quarter to 2.5 million shares this quarter. From 9.9 million shares in March, Berkshire Hathaway currently is close to 12.5 million Capital One shares. Additionally, minor stakes in Marsh & McLennan, McKesson Corp, and Vitesse Energy were sold off by Buffett's company. Apple and Bank of America stocks continue to be Berkshire's two largest holdings. In addition to the previously reported actions, Berkshire also increased its holdings in Occidental Petroleum, decreased its stake in Chevron, and sold the majority of Activision Blizzard shares that Buffett had purchased as a bet that Microsoft's acquisition of the video games developer would go through. In addition to its stock holdings, Berkshire owns a large number of companies outright, including the BNSF Railroad, several significant utilities, and a range of insurance firms, including Geico. Additionally, it owns several retail and manufacturing businesses, including Precision Cast Parts, See's Candy, and Helzberg Diamonds. Buffett famously penned the following in an opinion piece for the New York Times in 2008. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. This basically indicates that you should take advantage by purchasing stocks and other assets at a discount when others are hesitant to invest money, such as before or during a recession. Buffett stated in the op-ed that bad news is an investor's best friend. It enables you to purchase a discounted portion of America's future. That rule is still applicable today, just as it was then during the height of the Great Recession 15 years ago. Trying to forecast when the economy and stock market will rebound isn't something you want to undertake, because even specialists like Warren Buffett are incapable of doing it. Buffett stated, "I have no notion whether stocks will be higher or lower a month from now or a year from now. However, it is likely that the market will rise, maybe significantly, before either sentiment or the economy improves, so spring will be over if you wait for the robins." Buffett stated to Becky Quick of CNBC earlier in 2023 that his approach to avoiding a recession is to keep plenty of cash on hand so that people are going to continue making intelligent decisions rather than those forced upon them. The Motley Fool published this. You can take actions like avoiding items that might tie up your cash even though you can't accumulate billions of dollars in cash like Berkshire Hathaway. Blue chip stocks suffer like all other stocks during economic downturns and stock market crashes, so you might be hesitant to invest in a corporation that's had a slowdown in sales and a decline in its share price. But as Buffett noted, that's typically just a brief blip. Most major companies will be setting new profit records 5, 10 and 20 years from now, he wrote. Before a recession, Buffett told CNBC he thinks it's best to do business as usual. While you don't want to abruptly quit investing, you also don't want to go wild by buying a lot of stocks that you normally wouldn't. According to Buffett, we just want to be good businesses run by people we like and trust at a fair price, and we'll keep on doing that. Before a recession, it can be tempting to seek financial safety by placing the majority of your assets in low-risk checking and saving accounts, where there's little to no chance of future growth. However, according to Buffett's article for the New York Times, stock will almost certainly outperform cash over the next decade, probably by a substantial degree. All recessions are transitory, though some continue longer than others. The stock market, on the other hand, has a lengthy history of increasing over time. This was the situation after the 1930s Great Depression, the 1970s and early 80s economic slump, and high inflation, the 2007 to 2009 Great Recession, and the COVID-19 epidemic earlier this decade. If you notice a decline in your investments before or during a recession, don't become anxious. Maintain the Buffett outlook instead, believing that the stock market will rise once more, because history has shown that it always does. That's it guys, prepare your investment strategy by doing your research about the stock market. If this video helped you, give a thumbs up. For more videos like this, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. See you around.